That Gilthunder though, did y'all see that Gilthunder with that spear? He threw that shit across land upon land like a boss, and then Meliodas doesn't stop short neither. It's like, you see the power. So with this week's episode, it had a very simple plot line, but for the most part, I felt the best thing it did is help to demonstrate the difference in strength between normal people, regular humans, and the Holy Knights and the Seven Deadly Sins. For example, Gilthunder stabbing the sword into the ground, and they had like how many buff dudes all together, the entire damn village, trying to pull it out, and they couldn't even budge it an inch. Meanwhile, Meliodas walks up and pulls it out with one arm. So that is a clear indication that the level of strength is beyond human with these people. They're just on a whole different level. Now, to be honest with you, as far as the plot line with Mead, the little kid or whatever, kind of cliche. We've seen it before time and time again. The misunderstood kid that causes trouble. And, the village starts to look at him like, oh, stay away. He lost his parents. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. So it was a bit cliche. But ultimately, it was just kind of a surrounding story and kind of one of those leading up, because this is the beginning of the series. This is how, stories start. You get little small stories. Oh, they helped out a village here. They did this here. And then eventually we'll get to bigger and better things. So in that aspect, it's like, okay, it's a stepping stone, a little bit on the cliche side. But for the most part, I think the best thing that this episode did is showcase the level of strength that these people actually have. And I guess another thing that it helped to display as well is the Holy Knights are fucking assholes. They're really truly villains, because at the end of the day, for them to condemn a whole village over one little thing that a kid did, and the way they taxing them and everything, like, they are completely tyrants at this point. So you can't look at them as anything other than, yeah, they're fuckwads, they're assholes. So that was helping to showcase as well their villainry and kind of how much of a fucking piece of shit these people are. Art and animation for the most part of this episode was good. The scene with Meliodas and Gilthunder playing catch with the fucking spear across lands, crazy as shit, looked awesome as ever. And one thing I noticed as well regarding Elizabeth's character, you could definitely see that there's a lot of room for growth for her, because right now she's very unconfident. You see her in the bar bowing to everyone, apologizing for everything that she does, asking Meliodas, oh, I'm no good, right? I can't do anything right. And you could definitely see that there's a lot of room for growth from that, because as of right now where it stands, it's like, oh, she's kind of a damsel in distress with a mission. So we would definitely need to get out of that at some given point, and that's just showing better room. Like, okay, there's a lot, like when authors do that and they have a character that is just really unsure of themselves and weak, that that's their opportunity, and that's the way they're going to do things to make that character grow. Similar to, like, a Shinji Ikari or characters of that nature that are always scared and whining. That's just, okay, he's going to go from this to an ultimate badass. And I think that's the foundations of what Elizabeth is right now. She's very unsure of herself, and that gives room for her later. Oh shit, she's confident now. And for the most part, it was a good episode. The whole cliche plot line with Mead, it was whatever, to be honest with you. It was just mainly showing who's really the good guys, who's really the bad guys, how strong are these people, and where do they measure up. I mean, at the end of the day, if you look closely, Gilthunder threw that spear, and Meliodas was able to catch it and throw it back. Gilthunder got blood on his face. I'm just saying, is that not an indication of who's the real muscle? By the way, is it just me, or does Meliodas look like he fapped a million years every time his arm gets like super big? Like, what? And yeah, again, good exposition episode for the most part. Nothing too crazy up until the end. So I'm gonna give this episode 7.5 out of 10. A little bit of advancement. They're going to a different place now. They're still in search of the 7 deadly sins, or the remaining 7 deadly sins, the 6 of them. So a little bit of advancement for the most part, and kind of exposition to these characters and how strong they truly are. Let me know what you thought of this episode. First of all, what do you think about Meliodas? Yet again, like, he's a man's man. I like this guy. He's not like a little bitch or anything scared. Like, he's a fucking boss. What do you think about Gilthunder? Do you think he's a good adversary for Meliodas to fight? Do you think Meliodas has the upper hand on him right now? Or was it just like a game of catch that he was like, oh shit, it came back to me? And what do you think about the little plot line regarding Need? Did you feel like, oh, kind of like a Konohamaru, Naruto, similar thing like that? And overall thoughts of the episode. Very fun episode and chill. Can't wait for the next week. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that'd be awesome. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.